Have you ever been part of a team that just fell apart? I'm not talking about a little disagreement. I'm talking about a full-on meltdown. Well, I have, and let me tell you, it was one of the most stressful experiences of my life. We were working on this massive project. The deadline was looming. The stakes were high, and everyone was on edge. At first, it was great. We were a well-oiled machine, bouncing ideas off each other, everyone pulling their weight. We felt unstoppable. But then the cracks started to show. It began with small things, missed deadlines, a few sharp words in a meeting. Then it snowballed. Communication broke down completely. People started pointing fingers, blaming each other for every little setback. The positive energy we once had was replaced by this thick cloud of negativity. It was draining. I remember one particularly awful meeting. It was supposed to be a brainstorming session, but it turned into a shouting match within minutes. Two key members of our team just could unsee eye to eye on a fundamental part of the project. Voices were raised, egos were bruised, and by the end of it, one of them just stood up and said, "I'm done. I can't work like this." And they walked out. Just like that, our team was fractured. In the days that followed, others started to disengage. Some called in sick, others just went through the motions, their passion completely gone. The project was grinding to a halt. It felt like watching a ship sink in slow motion, and honestly, a big part of me wanted to jump overboard too. It would have been so easy to just give up, to say, well, it's not my fault the team collapsed. But then I looked at all the work we had already done. I thought about the initial excitement and the belief we all had in this project. Was I really going to let all of that go to waste because of conflict and bruised egos? Something inside me just refused to break. I decided I wasn't going down with the ship. I was going to try and patch the holes myself. It was daunting. I felt completely alone. My first step was simple. I started talking to people one-on-one. Not in a group setting where tensions were high, but just grabbing a coffee, having a quiet chat. I didn't try to solve everything at once. I just listened. I let them vent their frustrations without judgment. I asked them, what was it about this project that excited you in the beginning? Slowly, by reminding people of our shared goal and focusing on the why behind our work, a tiny spark was reignited. I started acting as a bridge between the conflicting parties, translating their ideas into neutral language and finding the common ground they couldn't see themselves. It was exhausting, mediating and motivating all at once. There were days I went home feeling totally defeated, convinced it was a lost cause. But I kept showing up. I focused on small wins. Hey, we managed to finalize this one small section today. Great job. I celebrated every tiny step forward, and bit by bit, others started to notice. The person who had walked out, they saw I hadn't given up. After a few conversations, they agreed to come back on the condition that we establish new rules for communication. We rebuilt our team from the ground up. We created a team constitution of sorts, outlining how we would handle disagreements and how we would hold each other accountable respectfully. The trust wasn't rebuilt overnight, but the foundation was there. We ended up not only meeting our deadline, but creating something we were all incredibly proud of. Looking back, that experience taught me a powerful lesson. When everything is falling apart, it's tempting to fall apart with it. But sometimes, all it takes is one person who refuses to break, one person who is willing to listen, mediate, and remind everyone of the common goal. It's not about being a hero. It's about having the resilience to believe in something, even when you're the only one left standing. So, if you ever find yourself in a similar situation, don't underestimate the power you have to change the dynamic. It's tough, but it's not impossible. Thanks for listening to my story. If you've ever been through something like this, I'd love to hear about it in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more content. See you next time.